Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Thursday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in the Western Conference Finals for our Minnesota Timberwolves Series 1 of Road to the NBA Finals. So if we make the NBA Finals, our projected opponent will be the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's going to be a really exciting matchup to see. I'd like to see a 7-game series out of that one. And we never really got the opportunity for the Cavs to win at least a game in our Chicago Bulls Road to the NBA Finals series. So we swept them for nothing. And that was pretty interesting to see. But I can't believe we're in the Western Conference Finals against the Denver Nuggets. So I can't wait until we make the NBA Finals. Alright, for game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, the Denver Nuggets are going to be wearing their statement Mile High City uniforms, their light blue ones. On the other hand, the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to be wearing their classic alternate black uniforms from 1998 through 2008. So we'll see you at tip-off. Alright, it is tip-off time here in Minneapolis at the Target Center. So the Nuggets have won the tip-off. So Monte Morris has possession of the basketball. Keep in mind, we are 3 episodes in of Series 1 for our Denver Nuggets series. Road to the NBA Finals, rather. And they lost their first episode of the series last time we made an episode. I think it might have been Monday or Tuesday. So now D'Angelo Russell, I'm going to pass it off to Malik Beasley, which, by the way, had quite a bit of threes last night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the T-Wolves, they're trying to be an impressive team this season as well. So Nikola Jokic from Serbia gets that in there. So it's now 4-3 here in Minneapolis. So 50% in field goals. Nikola Jokic with a shooting foul. So Malik Beasley will go to the free throw line for the Minnesota T-Wolves. So now he's going to get that in for 1 extra point. So it's now going to be a 6-4 Timberwolves lead. So now Monte Morris is going to pass it off to Will Barton. So now Will Barton losing the basketball. Malik Beasley picking it up, passing it to Anthony Edwards. That is a dunk there, as it's now an 8-4 Timberwolves lead. So now Monte Morris has possession of the basketball. Well, who is he going to pass it to? Aaron Gordon, and Jokic with the 3. The Joker makes a 3 on that play. So now Anthony Edwards going to pass it off to Beasley, and then Jared Vanderbilt with the dunk. So Beasley's going to pick up the assist for the Minnesota T-Wolves. So now it is Monte Morris losing the basketball, and Jared Vanderbilt going to pass it over to the other side of the court to Malik Beasley for a dunk. So it's now 12-7 here in Minneapolis. So Denver's trailing by 5. Don't worry, this is game 1. First of 4 wins it, so they're going to pass it off to Jokic. He gets that in there, so it's now 12-9. And Jokic heating up in this episode. He has 7 points, and he's made all of his field goals in so far. So now D'Angelo Russell makes a layup in there. Aaron Gordon going to pass it off to Monte Morris. And now Monte Morris going to pass it to the one and only Nikola Jokic, the Joker. And Will Barton makes that dunk, so it's now 14-11. I'm going to pass it off to Anthony Edwards. Another slam for the Wolves, so it's now heating up to a 16-11 lead. Now Monte Morris has possession, losing the basketball, and Anthony Edwards with his 3rd dunk in the game. Back-to-back dunks for AE. 91% in field goals, 1.8 assists per game, and 1.9 rebounds per game. So now Will Barton, will he get this one in? Yes, he will. So it's now 18-13. Going to pass it off to Malik Beasley. Will he actually knock this one from downtown, at least behind the arc? Yes, he will. And it's now 21-13. We are actually going to take a break. All right, so it's now 30-20. Denver is trailing by 10. So now Monte Morris losing the basketball. It is D'Angelo Russell going to pass it off to Malik Beasley, and he gets that layup in there. So it's now 32-20. Minnesota is up by 12. So now Monte Morris, I don't think they're going to get it in. So this ends the first quarter here in Minneapolis. The Timberwolves up by 12. All right, so it's now 32-20. Minnesota now has possession. 5 steals in the first quarter and 8 fast break points. Josh Okogie is getting this one in for 2, so it's now 34-20 at this point. And now Franco Compenzanzo has possession of the basketball. So where is he going to pass it to? He's going to pass it to his fellow teammate there. So it's now going to be a 36-22 lead. So we're up by 14 in the Target Center. So we're up by big points. So they lose the basketball, and it looks like that it will still be Denver Nuggets possession. So Denver has possession of the basketball. So it is Jeff Green going to pass it off to Michael Porter Jr. Actually, it might be JaMychal Green. So JaMychal Green will pick up the assist. So now D'Angelo Russell going to pass it off to Malik Beasley. So now Beasley's going to get this one in for 2. So it's now 38-25. JaMychal Green, he's going to pass it off to Campazzo, and then DeMarcus Cousins, the former Sacramento Kings superstar player. He's going to pass it to Campazzo, and it gets blocked by Jared Vanderbilt. So I'm going to pass it off to Malik Beasley, and he gets this one in pretty safely. So it's now 40-25. So the T-Wolves are up by 15, 2:36 to go within the first half. They're going to pass it off to Michael Porter Jr. We take the timeout, and we're actually going to take a break. All right, the Denver Nuggets had a 12-4 run within the last 3 minutes at least. So now it is Patrick Beverley's turn to make that nice spin move. So it's now 46-37. So now Nikola Jokic is going to pass it over to Monte Morris. So it looks like Monte Morris is going to pass it off to Austin Rivers. Gets that in there, as it's now going to be a 46-38 lead. And Patrick Beverley gets blocked. Jokic picking up that rebound for the Denver Nuggets. So now Monte Morris going to pass it off to Jokic. Jokic getting that 3. And the Denver Nuggets are trying to catch up once at it again. So now I got some good old Patrick Beverley going to try to attempt a 3-pointer. It's now 25.5 seconds to go. Nikola Jokic going to pass it off to Monte Morris. So now Monte Morris, what's he going to do? Will he actually get this one in? Or will he just simply pass it to Jeff Green? Passing it back to Bryn Forbes, and then Austin Rivers with a 3. And it's now going to be a 52-45 lead, and we will actually see you guys in the second half. So clock's winding down to 3 seconds. So, and the clock hits 0. Denver does not make a 3 from the other side of the court. So Minnesota is up by 7 points. 52-45 is the score as of halftime. Alright, so it's now 52-45. Patrick Beverley's going to pass it off to Malik Beasley. And he has 17 points and 2 assists, and he dunks that in the paint. So it's now a 9-point lead for the T-Wolves. So now it is Monte Morris dribbling the basketball. Where is he going to pass it off to? Well, he passes it to Jokic and makes that nice slam dunk there. So it's now going to be a 54-47 lead. So now I'm going to try to pass it over to Patrick Beverley. I'm going to try to knock this one down from mid-range shot. So Naz Reid has a personal foul, and it was on Nikola Jokic. So I think he pushed him. So now Denver has possession of the basketball with 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. They're going to pass it off to Michael Porter Jr. and then Monte Morris going to pass it off to Michael Porter Jr. Gets that in there. So now Michael Porter Jr. with 4 points and all. I'm going to pass it off to Beasley. So Beasley's going to make another dunk for the T-Wolves. And the T-Wolves have been really red hot all this time. So now Monte Morris with the possession of the basketball. Patrick Beverley going to pass it off to Malik Beasley. He is going to make that layup happen. So it's now 58-49. So now it's Aaron Gordon, the former Orlando Magic player, going to pass it off to Monte Morris. Denver will take a timeout. We are actually going to take a break. Alright, so the Timberwolves have taken a timeout. We are back from break. And now we got Josh Okogie ready to knock this one from behind the arc. So it's now 68-58. And now DeMarcus Cousins, he's going to pass it off to Campazzo. So now Campazzo, where's he going to pass it to? He's going to pass it to Jeff Green and then DeMarcus Cousins with that dunk there. It's now 68-60. I'm going to pass it off to Malik Beasley. And now Malik Beasley is going to get this in for 2. Alright, and Jared Vanderbilt, he's going to pass it off to D'Angelo Russell. And then some Anthony Edwards going to knock this one from downtown. So it's now going to wind up being a 73-60 lead for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So now Will Barton, where is he actually going to shoot this from? Will he actually pass it to a teammate, or will he actually get that for 3? So now they're going to pass it off to DeMarcus Cousins. He gets that in there, and it's now going to be Josh Okogie going to get this one in for 2. So it's now 19.6 seconds to go. 13-point lead for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So now Okogie's going to make that steal, and it's going to be a 77-62 lead. So now Campazzo losing the basketball, and it's now going to be Okogie again. We have made a ton of steals along the line. So now Aaron Gordon going to pass it off to Campazzo. And will Campazzo get this one from half court? No, he will not. And it's now going to be 79-62. Minnesota up by 17. Alright, the State Farm Assist the game is coming right up. So it is presenting right now on your screen. And it is the dunk with Anthony Edwards and Malik Beasley. So Malik Beasley's a really good dunker. I mean, he's been the major improvement of our team. I mean, he's like the big name of the team ever since Karl Anthony Towns got injured in Game 3 in Utah first round. So I'm expecting him to probably return maybe within the NBA Finals. So now Patrick Beverley's going to make that nice dunk for the T-Wolves. So it's now a 17-point lead. So it's now 81-64 here in Target Center. And now Monte Morris doing that nice spin move. So now Monte Morris, what's he going to do? And there is a foul. It's on Patrick Beverley. It's a blocking foul. So now Denver has possession of the basketball. So now I'm thinking Jamichael Green going to pass it off to Will Barton. He gets that in there. So it's now 81-66. So now I'm thinking about passing it off to Anthony Edwards. So now Edwards getting this one in for 2. So it's now 83-66. You know, both field goals, by the way, they were really compared. So now Michael Porter Jr. going to knock this one from downtown behind the arc. So it's now 83-69. I'm going to pass it off to Jared Vanderbilt. So now Vanderbilt, he's going to go up, makes that dunk in there. And it's now 85-69, I'm guessing. It might be 69. And Will Barton still has possession. He's going to pass it off to his teammate. So Barton's going to get the assist. And now I'm going to pass it off to Anthony Edwards. He's going to knock down a 3 for the Wolves. So it's now going to be 88-71 with 2:15 to go in the fourth. So now Will Barton losing that basketball. Anthony Edwards picking it up, makes that nice dunk, and it's now 90-71. And this is a Western Conference Finals, and this Timberwolves team is really elusive and talented. So now Patrick Beverley's going to pick up that steal, and he's going to make the dunk. And it's now 92-71. The Nuggets are taking a timeout. We're actually going to take a break. All right, Malik Beasley is your player of the game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I'm going to explain the numbers after the game. So we are on break, so the Nuggets took a timeout, so we're going to take a 1-minute break here. All right, so now it's 99-84. Anthony Edwards going to pass it off to Malik Beasley, going to knock this one from downtown from behind the arc. So it's now 102-84. So Denver wants to come back and win it, but there's only 43 seconds, and I don't think they're going to make 43 seconds worth of scoring that possible. So now it's 102-86. So they're going to pass it off to Patrick Beverley, and then I'm going to pass it off to Josh Okogie. Okogie gets it in there, so it's now 31.9 seconds to go. And we are up by winning this game big time. Bryn Forbes dribbling it out, going to pass it off to Aaron Gordon. 22.7 seconds to go. And now Patrick Beverley, he's going to pass it off to Malik Beasley. So now he's going to knock this one from downtown. 14.4 seconds to go. 107-88. Don't worry about the ready to install Madden updates. This is just a different version that they're trying to convince me to get. So this is basketball. So I'm going to pass it off to Beasley. So we got 7. We're trying to make a 3 to end the game. It is no good, but we end up winning. 107-90 is your final score from the Target Center, Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. So we're going to go over statistics right now. All right, Malik Beasley, 35 points, 2 assists, 3 steals, 3 dunks on the day. He is your player of the game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, 23 points, 3 assists, 2 steals on the day. 5 dunks for him. Patrick Beverley, he had 13 points in all, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 dunks on the day. Josh Okogie had 13 points, 2 steals, 1 block, had 1 dunk on the day. Jared Vanderbilt, he had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 dunks on the day. D'Angelo Russell, 7 points, 1 rebound, 7 assists, 1 steal. And all, Torian Price, he had 6 points and all, 1 assist. Naz Reid, 2 points, 1 assist for him on the day today. Nikola Jokic, 33 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 dunks, 5 for 6 from behind the arc. Michael Porter Jr., 15 points, 1 assist on the day. He did have a dunk there. Will Barton, 2 dunks, 10 points, 1 assist. Austin Rivers, 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists on the day. Jeff Green, 3 points, 1 assist. He did make a 3-pointer, and that wraps it up here in Minneapolis. We'll see you in the next episode.